Corny's done some great videos for combat, so I thought I'd try and do a couple of bits and pieces from a Missile Warrior's point of view. So hopefully, when I'm done, there'll be 3 videos. This first one's going to deal with stance and movement, and then we'll do another one about the shooting cycle, and then hopefully a final one about formation and commands. Okay, so in reenactment archery, we can't draw to the same place all the time, which means you can't always have that consistency of knocking point or to the corner of your mouth that you would do in target archery. So we've got to do everything we can for the rest of the shot cycle to keep your shots as repeatable as possible, so that you're always aiming in the same way. The best way to do this is to make everything else in your shot cycle identical. So the whole point of this one is about stance. So start off with, just say I am an RTT, but you don't have to do things in exactly the same way as I do. Everybody will find their own way of doing things. This is what works for me. You know, I can tell that my muscles are engaging in the correct way and that my shots are repeatable. So I'm going to take you through my things. If you don't do things the same way as me, it doesn't matter, but hopefully some of you will find this useful. So when I start my stance, I form my body into 3 separate bows before we deal with the bow you shoot with. So shoulder width apart, you do with your feet, and then bend your legs slightly, a bit like you're riding a horse. Okay. See that way? Okay. Next thing I do is rotate my hips, form almost like you're sitting down with your back straight, and then lean forwards a little bit, so you've got bow between your legs and the bow of your body here, and then the final bow is with your shoulders, and you should be able to feel this. Training band here, you can get those for about £5 on eBay, and they're great if you've got no space to shoot outside. You can just use these indoors. So back into the position, legs apart, bent, rotated hips, lean forwards, and engage your core. Once you've engaged your core, bring your arms up into the position you shoot, and as you pull, rotate your shoulders out, you can feel the tension between your shoulders as your shoulder blades come together. If you're doing all of that, then, and you can feel those muscles working, your core's engaged, your shoulders are working, you should have a pretty stable stance for shooting with. The great thing about this stance as well is that it's great for movement. Okay, so going into movement, when we move, we want to be the embodiment of a warrior. We're not Victorian gentry in the countryside shooting for fun. We're supposed to be Viking warriors or Saxon warriors armed with a bow. Certainly in the Viking age, especially with the Vikings, the bow was a well-respected weapon. There's loads of saga stories about great archers and incredible shots that defy belief, but that's what we want to embody on the battlefield. So really, you don't want to be standing up straight, casually strolling around or scurrying about. You want to embody the sort of position of, say, a modern military. So show you an example of the movement stance. Get back into position. Let's go over here. Rotate that foot out. That foot at 45 degrees. Over the legs. Engage the core. Rotate the hips. Okay. And now that allows you to move around quite comfortably in any direction. Move your feet away and together. Give you that solid grounding. If you want to take a shot, you're not off balance, body mechanics are still fine, you can't take a shot here, you can take a shot here. Okay. Allows you to move around, especially if you're fighting behind the shield wall, get a good position before you release your arrow. So, like you see the tactical soldiers on TV and films, they'll move around with their guns ready to take their shot before coming up, and we take the shot there. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Also allows you to pick up a bow, back off quite quickly, and then draw your secondary whilst discarding your bow. So you could be up close, you've just released your shot, someone's closing you down, you can scurry back quickly before coming in with your weapon to defend yourself. So you can move quickly in that position, and you're always stable, always in a good position to get a shot off, and you look like a professional warrior, which is sort of the point. Okay. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about with your stance as well. A lot of people have got their display archery tickets, which only allow you to do high angled shots at people. So it's getting the movement in your body correct when you're doing those high angled lobs. Again, if you're just putting your arms straight up in the air, suddenly your body mechanics are all out of shape. If you were shooting a bow that we are supposed to be displaying that you're shooting, so a 70 pound upwards bow, as soon as you did that, shoulders collapse, you wouldn't be able to hold the bow, the arrow would fly off, your accuracy would be terrible. So really what you want to do is, within your warrior stance, your combat archery stance, you want to do all your movement at the hips and lowering your back leg as well. So I'll show you how that's done. Adopt the backward stance. Come to full draw, and then so all you're doing is bending this leg so your body rotates back to the 45-degree angle position. You can rotate at your hips as well. My arms always staying straight in that position, so my shoulders are always engaged. Bring back, hips, and then hope that helps. Let's go on to the next one.